Video for test section 14129, Alabama ID number 6061. We're on US Highway 280 in the southbound lanes. We are north of Alexander City, Alabama. We're in the 4th Division of the Alabama Highway Department. We're on a project which was selected for GPS 6B, Cell 34. It was selected to be low traffic, a low overlay thickness, and a low original pavement structure number. And the original condition was said to be good. And as you'll see when we go throughout this, the condition is rather good. We have very little roughness, at least that was evident driving through the section. The distress is quite limited in comparison with some of the sections we've looked at before for GPS 6. Traffic originally in 1976, and it's projected to receive its overlay this year, this coming summer. Okay, to give a little panoramic view of the area, step out here into the lane. I can show a little bit more here going in both directions. Sweeping on back, looking upstream of the test section, we have an intersection up there behind us which is to the north of us towards Birmingham. I can't remember the name of that roadway which intersects. You can probably get it though. And the sign up there for a junction. Yeah, I can't read that. May be visible on the monitor after we review the tape. As you can tell, looking back up towards the north, we are north of the fall line here, and we're in much more rugged terrain than we have been in the southern and central portions of the state. Sweeping on around, we've got mixed pine hardwood forest around us. Now looking towards the south and the east towards Alexander City. See some of the other folks on the crew down there. The test section ends 50 feet this side of the end of the guardrail that you see down there that they're approaching right now. Now looking back over here, we're looking onto the test section, and you can see one of the problems that we face in trying to identify test sections in this region, which extends actually probably up into Tennessee. It includes North Georgia and North Alabama. But we have quite rugged terrain, and we just can't apply the same rules as we apply possibly down along the Gulf Coastal Plain. There's no way we could get a 500-foot section which is all in fill unless it's all 30 to 50-foot fill in some places, and we have culverts in it. In this area we don't have any culverts crossing, although we've got one going in the other direction, which is why we didn't choose it. According to the plan profile sheets, this was entirely in I believe it was all in a fill, but it was all rather uniform according to that within these limits here. As you can see, looking in the southbound direction, we are mostly into a cut. Actually, though, if you try to interpolate just visually a cross section in here, we're actually very close to being at grade, probably in a slight fill throughout the test section, except possibly at the very beginning of it, in which case it was undercut and the standard roadbed fill was applied anyway. Deep enough to expose rock, therefore we're not that concerned about it. Okay, beginning the video tour of the test section, you can see we've got a paved shoulder. Not much to talk about until I get up here and can show some of the distress we've noted. Got some coming up right in front of us here. Out here I'm about at station. Here I'm at station 0 plus 80 approximately within the test section, and you can see some cracking which has developed in here. Crack is held quite tightly together, but we have observed, as you can see, some pumping there. Therefore, I'm referring to this as medium severity. However, I'm not really sure how to classify this, nor much of the cracking that we have throughout here. It's kind of actually a hybrid almost between some of the various types that we use to classify things, between longitudinal, transverse, and alligator. In some cases we almost have block cracking, but not quite because the blocks aren't formed. I'm just referring to it as other type of cracking, OTC, and explaining why the severity level for that and trying to give a rough estimation in linear feet as far as what the extent of that is. You can see this, so we've got pumping in here, and then just moving on up, we get out of the pumped area. Spot right here where we notice a little bit of pumping, and then some more yet right there about station